Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Jack from Manelli Studio Entertainment and I'm here to give you another video review. This time this film is provided to me by the lovely folks at Radiance Films and is Illustrious Corpses. So again, thank you Radiance for providing me with this film, and for all reassurance, the thoughts and opinions of the film are all mine and not from Radiance. If I did not like it, I would tell you, and if I did love it, I would tell you. If I thought it was okay, I would tell you. So please sit back and enjoy the video. Illustrious Corpses came out in Italy in 1976, directed by Francesco Rosi and starring Lino Ventura. Ventura plays Inspector Rogas. I'm sorry, my Italian is almost as bad as my Japanese. If you checked out some of my Japanese reviews, Inspector Rogas, who is investigating an assassination of a very prominent Italian judge. And during this investigation, Rogas uncovers a deep conspiracy that doesn't just go all the way to the top, it goes all over. It goes over the left, to the right, to the anarchists, to the police, to the presidents, to other countries. The conspiracy goes so far that Rogas doesn't even know what to do. He's becoming crippled with the weight of the conspiracy, because even though he's a fantastic investigator, he can solve murders like the back of his hand, he cannot solve this political conspiracy because he doesn't know who to trust. Does he trust his longtime friends? Does he trust the police? He's all by himself. He's not with his family. He's by him. He hasn't seen them in weeks and months, maybe, I don't remember. But he is alone, and he can't solve this crime. He can't solve it. Rogas is almost a tragic figure. He is a tragic figure by the end of the film. And while I was watching it, I was thinking to myself that this is a very great hard-boiled film, not a noir film. And then by the end, I changed my mind. I'm like, no. This is 100% neo-noir. Because what separates noir and, say, hard-boiled, in my opinion, and if you are a fan of my channel, you have heard me say this before, and is tragedy. Noirs have tragic and beautiful figures that are kind of Shakespearean, very tragedies, like tragedies. And for the most part, Rogas is very hard-boiled. He's more like, say, Sam Spade from the novel and not Sam Spade from the film. He's hard-boiled as it comes. And but when you get to the weight of this conspiracy on him, he starts to unravel, and by the end he is that noir figure that we love so much, and the ending is so amazing. It's so amazing, and I'll probably spoil it in the video. So if you just want my blanket recommendation, watch the film, buy the film, get the film, whatever way you can. Illustrious Corpses, it's a beautiful film. I'm not going to spoil too much right now. I'm just going to talk about, say, the style of the films and the editing and stuff like that. So I'm new to this director. What's his name again? Francesco Rosi. I'm new to him. I've seen Italian films before, mostly the genre pieces, so the spaghetti westerns or giallos, and obviously some higher art films that were considered high art, I guess, something in the Criterion Collection. And Illustrious Corpses would definitely fit right into the Criterion Collection. It's a beautiful looking film. It does have that. Again, I was thinking this film is not really genre, genre like hard boiled, but very serious. And I thought it was very minimalist at first, akin to, say, a Melville film. Very camera stays put and watches things, and it's beautiful that way. But then it does do some of that Italian genre-ness where it does like slow zoom-ins, not like, say, the Mario Bava films where it like does quick zoom-ins. This does very slow and steady zoom-ins, right? So it does have some of that Italian, greater Italian cinematic narrative with it. But again, also with the editing, I absolutely love the editing. Every scene really starts late and it ends early. It gets that information you need, and then boom, out. You know, scenes can be short, they can be some kind of long, but they're like boom, quick, blunt scenes, just like Rajas himself. He's a no nonsense character, so that editing really plays with all that, with the narrative of the film and narrative of the inspector and cop and detective fiction in general should be, right? These films should be really blunted, like a instrument, a blunt instrument, like a hammer, like boom scene, boom scene, boom scene. And there are quiet moments. There's a lot of quiet moments. The film opens with this quiet moment of the judge walking down. I guess it's like it's a graveyard. I don't really understand, but it was where corpses are being hanged, and we're told he goes there every Sunday, and you get these close-ups. Oh yeah, this film has beautiful close-ups, and it goes right up to the corpses, which I'm guessing they were real. I'm not sure, and it's very quiet. No words are said. You know, if you know me, I love when films are quiet. They don't say anything. I call that peak cinema, kino cinema right there. And then you have the judge walking around, and then boom, he gets assassinated. Right there, opening scene. And I one of the special features I watched by I didn't write the person's name down, but it says the director added that beginning part of the judge walking through the graveyard, kind of the church, because the book, which is this is based off of a novel, starts with him the judge just getting shot, right? This gives you a little bit before, and this brings you to the greater part of the film with Rajas and the funeral of said judge, where all other judges, other politicians, and criminals show up. You're like, okay, there's these different levels of it. You see, yeah, this judge was anti-mafia, but then you have the people of the city saying, I think it was Milan saying he was the mafia, and you do see the politicians and the judges together walking down places. And oh yeah, that's like a gang, right? That's a gang right there, and you have Rajas just interviewing the different judges, the history, and he's piecing together how all these characters interconnect. It really reminded me a lot of the Count of Monte Cristo, trying to find out who the Count is, who is Edmond Dantes. And I'm talking the only version of Count of Monte Cristo I have experience is Gankasuo, the Count of Monte Cristo, the 2004 anime, where you don't know right away it's Edmond Dantes. So you have the main character Albert trying to investigate, who is the Count of Monte Cristo, and other people are putting it together, he's Edmond Dantes. So it was very similar to like that. Rajas is going around trying to say, okay, all these judges and politicians were assassinated. How are they connected, right? Where do they interconnect? And he does find a connection, right? That several people that these judges put away could have been innocent. So he starts interviewing the innocent people, and then he finds one that fits the bill. Everything. This guy's crazy. This guy could be a Batman villain, right? His wife blamed him for murder. Right, the husband was gonna kill her, and killed the cat with poison, and it was really a sham, right? It was fake, and he is supposedly, allegedly, by Rajas, getting his revenge by assassinating everybody that was involved. Now, we don't really get confirmation, right? Because again, this becomes a conspiracy film that goes everywhere. The Communist Party is in it, police are in it. They're murdering judges that were, mafioso-like, and there's this really powerful scene where Rajas is investigating all this, and with the anarchy and the communists and the military and the police force, and how this guy just straight up tells him, hey, we all work together, we all like this is this is where the spoilers are coming in. We all like the chaos, we all like the status quo, we need each other to survive. If one of us wins or fully wins, we all just crumble. We need the government to be oppressive, and we need the revolutionary people to be revolutionary to keep this craziness going on, because this craziness is actually order. And Rajas is basically given this, and he's like, this started with just this madman assassinating people who sent him to prison for a while, to now the government, or certain parts of the government, has taken this upon them to just assassinate some more judges to continue their political agenda. And Rajas doesn't know what to do. He can't do anything. He can't do anything, and that's one reason why he's this tragic figure. There's this other beautiful scene where he's just in his house. This is his apartment. He's just making coffee, and he's just thinking, watching TV, watching the political stuff on the TV, and he's helpless. He can't do anything. He can't see his kids, who's in like boarding school. He's got to pay for the bills. Hasn't seen his wife. Can't do anything. Can't do anything. And I'm an American, and this is the year 2026, and I cannot fully grasp the film politically, because this is not only another time, but another country. But there's some things that are universal, like protesting, standing up for what you believe in. But then like stuff that's in films that came out last year, like Edgington, that in one battle after the other, like, oh, the government are in on the conspiracies, right? They're in the let's rile everybody up. Let's stir the chaos. So like these themes are still prevalent today in another country. So that's Illustrious Corpses could transcend time and location. And it's a beautiful film. It's a beautiful film that, I when I read the description, I knew I was gonna like. I didn't know I was gonna love. I didn't know I was gonna think it's a masterpiece. I didn't know it. I didn't know. And I'm so happy that we have companies nowadays like Radiance that will give us films like this that I know I would have never have seen. I reviewed the Ogre of Athens. That's a film I definitely would have never seen. It's a Greek film, and I've never seen a Greek film prior to that. And same thing with Yakihama BJ Blues. I absolutely love Yakihama BJ Blues. So I think we're very fortunate to have companies like Radiance and Criterion and Arrow releasing these world cinema that, quite frankly, our forefathers could not have gotten, right? And thank you Radiance, for that. So yeah, I think Illustrious Corpses is a masterpiece. I would love to search out more Federico, what's his last name? Rosi's films. Federico Rosi's film. I thought he was an amazing filmmaker. I hear his films prior to this are a little more genre, and then after this they go a little more to the drama, right? Less genre-based films and more low key, high art, I guess. I don't know. More Oscar-y type of things, but Illustrious Corpses is definitely an amazing film. I had one really funny observation. Gotta look at my notes. They had, and let me put my glasses on. I gotta read. And boom. I thought this was a funny fact that Fernando Rey, Marcel Bozafi, and Max von Sydow were in this film, and all three of those men were in William Friedkin films. Right, the first two was Frog 1, Frog 2, and Max von Sydow, what's his name? Max von Sydow is the exorcist. So it's very funny, and it was very, strange seeing him speak Italian. I wonder if he was dubbed. His scene is so good. It was one cinematic trick that this film does do a lot is the long take, and that Max von Sydow scene. He's like a president of some. I don't know what he is. He's a very high up person, a president of something, maybe of Italy. I don't know. I don't know. And he's involved in all this, and Rogas is telling him, "You're gonna get murdered. You're gonna get murdered," and he gives him Sydow has this whole speech, and it was absolutely amazing. And it's a one take thing. It's like in the camera moves subtly. It was quite beautiful, and he becomes part of the conspiracy too by it's very espionage at some point where there's plants and bugs and people are recording people and assassinations, very espionage, and for political reasons being espionage, not just revenge. And then I guess I'll spoil it. If you've gone this far, I'm spoiling it. At the end of the film, Rogas gets assassinated and blamed for almost everything. Gets blamed for everything. And by his own police force, by the chief of police, I believe. It's a tragedy. It is absolutely a tragedy. This man who didn't really want to be a hero ended up being a hero, but failing at being a hero because he couldn't handle it, and the other forces were just way too powerful. That's noir, if you ask me. It's very similar to the film The Big Heat. Is it The Big Heat? The I think do I have it right here? Yeah, I have it right here. The Big Heat, yeah. The Fritz Lang film. It's very similar, where this is about a man fighting corruption in his town and the tragedy of that happens with that. And yeah, that's just so noir. Conspiracies are so noir. Sin City has that. And then again, this film has shots that are very backlit heavy, so the people will be basically silhouetted. It's a beautiful looking film. You can't really get much better than Illustrious Corpses, in my opinion, as a noir cinema. I think it's a masterpiece, and I think everybody should watch it. If you're a filmmaker and you like this type of stuff, if you like what I like, I think you'll love it yourself. The acting is amazing. The cinematography, amazing. The editing is amazing. I didn't really notice the music, but I don't notice music, really. So if I didn't not like it, it must have been good. Or maybe there wasn't. I don't really remember now. I was just so captivated by what was going on. It really sucked me in. The story really sucked me in. And I wasn't ready for this to be a political thriller. I wasn't ready, and I was very happy about it. Let me look at my notes to see if I have anything else. To talk about the special features of said release by Radiance, and if you don't know by now, you should buy it. Right now, there's a, Amazon has it for 50% off. Barnes & Noble has it for 50% off, but there's a commentary by Alex Cox, Repo Man fame, and he gives great insight, and he's been doing a lot of work with Radiance as of late. He also was in I forget the film. And I loved it. The violence, the Western. I'll have the review up here, but he also has insight in that film. So thank you, Alex Cox, for coming out. I love Walker, so if you see this, I love Walker. And also archival interviews with the director Francesco Rosi and Lino Ventura. And again, the new, video essay discussing the works of Rosi, which was amazing. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I highly recommend Illustrious Corpses. Pick it up. comment down below your favorite Italian genre film. I love the giallos. This isn't a giallo, but like this is almost giallo adjacent. So if you're into giallos but trying to go for something that's less genre, I would absolutely recommend Illustrious Corpses. This would probably help you transition into, say, the greater Italian oeuvre of films that are not just like horror or genre. Same thing with the Italian westerns, not really, but the giallos. Yeah, this is definitely, if you like giallos, you would definitely watch this. So I recommend Illustrious Corpses to you guys, and please subscribe for more content. I do videos on films, on anime, manga, American comic books, maybe some video games in the future. And I love talking about rambling. I'm mixing up my words as I speak. And hit that thumbs up for the algorithm that more people can see this and spread the love of Illustrious Corpses. And thank you so much. Again, my name is Jack from Manelli Studio Entertainment, signing off saying, watch more Italian films.